Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. dbougie86 here again, and this is the DVD slash Blu-ray update for the month of May. First off, guys, I just want to say sorry for not the lack of videos last month. It was just that a lot of hectic things started happening in my life. Actually, on the day that I started my uploaded my last update, and it was just a very hectic week, month, and stuff, and pretty much it was like a loss in the family, pretty much, and it kept me from like doing videos and stuff because it was just dwelling on my mind and stuff. But I'm glad you bared with me because I did do a few videos in the month, including like my normal videos on body bags, my other channel. So it was hectic, but I'm promising you guys that I'm out of that rut now. So I'm a lot more videos this month, and hopefully you enjoy them for what they are. Now let's just get into this update. Not a lot of stuff again like last month, but I got some good stuff in there. It's like more like quality stuff beside and other stuff that I did grab, but really slimming down on spending costs because I did like do like pre-orders again, like I always do, because there's always stuff that I want to grab that looks interesting enough for me to pre-order enough. That's Now let's just get into the DVDs. Not a whole lot of DVDs, but a few. Interesting thing is I actually ordered these like at the end of what is it, April, and they came in like a few days ago in like the end of May. So I was very interested enough to grab these. I grabbed a few films from director Nick Box's label, Dead Films like. Dead Good Films, like, that's how you pronounce it. It's kind of like a tongue twister name for the label, his label. But I always wanted to check out his films. I've been hearing a lot of interesting things about like Nick Box's films, and yeah, he said that because they were taking a while. I actually emailed him, and he had like a personal thing that happened to him too, and that's why it took him a while to ship them. So he sent me like a few like limited edition versions of the things I ordered, which is cool, and I thank Nick for that. But first up, we have She's Dead, which is a film that I've been hearing interesting things about. I wanted to check this one out for the longest time. I actually didn't get a chance to watch this one yet, so really interesting to check that one out. Next up, I checked out is Mr. Rape's First Date. Yes. Uh, with a title like that, you don't know what you're gonna get and shit. But I did watch this. Really interesting film, I have to say. It's only like 36 minutes, and it's very stylistic the way he shot it and what it's about. It's pretty much very stylistic take on like a film about, well, Mr. Rape's first date. Really interesting stuff. I might do a review on that one down the line to describe it a little better than I did, but just breezing through these today, guys. Next up is Brutal Jesus and the whole House of Wasted Youth. Really fucked up, like a Christian exploitation film. Nick got into this subcategory of filmmaking, and it's brutal Jesus, pretty much. And he goes around killing people. It's a guy dressed up as Jesus killing people. Yes, I know it sounds like bizarre and crazy at the same time, but just the way that like it's in the plain words of like a exploitation film in a way. Really cool film, and I also got the sequel, which I still gotta watch, which is Wrath of the Violent Victor. Uh, Heard interesting things about these. I can't wait to. I might we watch both of them at the same time and do that over. Next up, I picked up a Blue Underground release. It's a western, and it's called The Grand Duel with Lee Van Cleef. Been wanting this one in the collection for the longest time. Picking up a lot of Blue Underground stuff right lately. They're an awesome company. I always enjoy them. And yeah, that's it for like the stuff I bought. I did get a few DVDs in as gifts, so I'll show you those off. First up, since actually my birthday was this month too, so I did get a few like birthday gifts too. My friend Sam, I believe, got me this one. I believe it was Sam, and that is Big Man in Japan. This is like a kaiju type film where this guy like could grow and stuff. He's like a superhero in Japan, and he fights like these kaiju-like creatures. I seen this film a while ago. I really did enjoy it. I just never had a copy of it. So thank you, Sam, for that birthday gift. He got me a Blu-ray too. I'll show you that after when I get into those. And my buddy Brandon, if you don't know the Exploding Heads horror podcast, Brandon, the nasally and cute one as we call him on there, he actually picked me up this Roger Corman double feature for my birthday, and that is The Terror Within and Dead Space. I actually just ordered the sequel to this film, actually. If you know, Code Red put out a film called The Terror Within 2. It's a sequel to this one, so I'm very stoked to check out that one when I get it in. So, awesomeness right there from the Roger Corman collection. Been grabbing a few of those too, here and there, so it was good that Brand got me that one for my birthday. And the last thing for like my DVDs is actually my friend Jeremy, NES Ruler 22, you know, from the 22 Shots of Moods and Horror Facebook group and the podcast. He actually grabbed me a TV series, which I don't really collect a lot of TV shows. I have a few, and a lot of them are from Jeremy, from gifts that he gave me in the past. And this one is Buck Rogers in the 25th Century. I remember watching this back in the day as a kid and shit, so I always wanted to revisit it. So this is cool. It actually has both seasons on like this nice like really cool stuff. It comes with this nice artwork. So really cool stuff. I'm getting into a lot more TV series collection since I own a few of them now. Thank you, Jeremy. But that is it for the DVDs, guys. Now on to some Blu-rays in the house. Okay, let's get into this goodness right here. First up, I picked up a few Severin titles. Love me some Severin. They're doing some awesome shit right now with their work. And first up is Future Shark. The story of 2000 AD. What Future Shock is pretty much it's a documentary on the comic book 2000 AD, which, if you don't know, it's a world-renowned like comic book in the UK. Of course, Judge Dredd came from that. A few other like notable like comic book characters came from that comic book, which is awesome because it's like an anthology type thing where it's like a different story each issue. So really awesome stuff. I really high depth and really enjoyed like the interviews like with Neil Gaiman, Alan Moore. They talk about in this documentary. Just numerous interviews with like some of the comics renowned and works on. Really awesome stuff. I highly recommend that documentary. Awesome stuff from Severin right there. And I picked up Blackenstein. Yes. Really, really awesome release from Severin. Comes with two versions of the film. Comes with the theatrical version and the director's cut, which is pretty awesome. The transfer's great. I really did enjoy this release. Some black exploitation horror right here. That's what you're gonna get. Awesomeness. Next up, I picked up VHS Massacre. I actually still gotta watch this one. I heard really good things about this documentary. It has like Debbie Rochon and Lloyd Kaufman, of course. It pretty much is about like the rise and fall of physical media. So stoked to check this one out. Support this documentary, even if I know I didn't say this because this stuff is important for us for like movie collectors because of the subject matter of the fall of physical media and stuff. So really awesome stuff. I highly say check it out, even though I haven't seen it yet, just because of the subject matter that it implies and what it's about. Next up, actually, Jeremy actually got me this too, and that is the Mutant Chronicles. I actually have seen this film before. I actually rented this back in the day. It has Thomas Jane, Ron Perlman, and John Malkovich in it. It's a very interesting film, I have to say. It has like a lot of good things going for it, even though I think the story is kind of jumbled in a way, especially the way that it ends kind of deal. But it has some cool effects and shit in it, I'll give it that much. So it's been a while since I've seen this actually. So kind of curious to recheck that one out. I actually saw that on DVD years ago. So really interesting to see what it looks like on Blu-ray anyways. Next up, I picked up the triple feature. I'll show you what it looks like when you get it in the store first. It looks like the Psycho Circus 3-pack from Mill Creek. But it has a reversible cover, and the reversible cover is actually fucking awesome. If you see it right there. I love how they have all the poster arts for all 3 films and the cover art, which is awesome. Comes with the Brotherhood of Satan, Torture God, and the Creeping Flesh, of course. Torture God and the Creeping Flesh are 2 films from Amicus, and they're actually directed by Freddie Francis, who, if you don't know who he is, he also directed like The Skull and Tales from the Crypt. What other film? He's actually like a world-renowned cinematographer too. He did The Elephant Man and Glory. He won an Oscar for doing the cinematography of Glory. So I always enjoy his films and learn about him as a director. And Brotherhood of Satan is actually an interesting film. I did start watching it. Kind of wanted to finish it. Really good stuff from Mill Creek here. Killing it with their releases. Next up, I did pick up a Scream Factory, guys. This one is actually hilarious. This is how far behind I am on Scream Factories that I picked up one of their first releases finally, and that is The Island with Michael Caine. Reason why I didn't pick this one up to begin with for a while is because I actually didn't know anything about this film going into it. I watched it on TV one time and I did kind of like it, so I finally did pick it up. It's one that I don't like to blind buy a lot of films. I'll blind buy a few of them if they're certain genres or stuff like that, because I'll probably end up digging them. But I didn't know anything about this one to really spend money on it when it first came out type deal. So I did watch it and I didn't really dig it. So The Island, really cool release from Scream Factory. Next up is from Arrow Video, and that is Brain Damage by Frank Henenlotter. Yes, if you've never seen this, this is actually an upgrade for me. I highly love this film, and I ordered this from Arrow Video's website, and it did come with the Elmer pin. There's Elmer right there, if you see him. Elmer, really awesome film. Actually, my favorite Henenlotter film of all time is Brain Damage. It's awesome sauce. Highly enjoy that one. Next up is a film my boy Brandon actually got me for my birthday, and that is Murder Obsession, which is a giallo from Riccardo Freda. Of course, the famed Italian director, directed films like The Dr. Horrible Hitchcock and its sequel. Can't think of the name of it off the top of my head, but he's directed numerous films. So I was really stoked to check this one out. Really awesome sauce right there. Next up is a indie slasher that I kind of dug. I heard mixed things on it from other people, and that is Pool Party Massacre. Really funny shit. The killer is fucking, the way he kills people is fucking hilarious in that film. Really good shit right there. Next up, I picked up the Island of Dr. Moreau. This is the 70s one with Burt Lancaster and Michael York. Highly enjoy the Dr. Moreau films, even the one that Marlon Brando was in. It's not a great film by any means, but it's just that time period and the nostalgia of when it came out that I enjoy the effects of that film, even though I know the history behind it. So yeah, I highly recommend any version of the Island of Dr. Moreau. It's just a really cool story, and just the versions and the difference in versions is really cool, what they did. Another one that my boy Brandon picked up for me was this one right here, which is Vanishing Point. Yes, of course, this is fucking love this film. I've seen this film before too. If you've never seen the movie Quentin Tarantino's Death Proof, you know how they have this white Dodge Challenger at the end of the film? This is the movie why Quentin Tarantino wanted a white Dodge Challenger. This is the ultimate car chase movie, really action packed and just high octane. It never lets up, especially when it starts to begin. Really awesome chase sequences and just Awesome characters like the main guy, and of course like Cleavon Little plays like this blind DJ that helps him on the way. He narrates like what's going on and tells him what's going on the radio as he's hearing about it. So awesome sauce. I highly recommend Vanishing Point. It's an awesome film from the 70s that everyone should check out. Next up, I actually got this in as a gift too. Really awesome release right here. And actually, my buddy from the Facebook group, James, was telling me that HMV had this for like a very good price. But HMV doesn't import to the United States. So what ended up happening was James, who lives in another country, actually, I think his folks live in the UK, from what I heard. And he ordered it for me, and he had them ship it to me, which is awesome, because just the fact that, like, I'll give you the money when you need it type deal. But he said, don't worry about it. It's a gift from me, from you when I was on the podcast. Which I respect and highly appreciate that gesture. So, always in my heart and memories, because this is a film that I always cherished, wanted to own a copy. And that, of course, is The Company of Wolves, yes. This is a really awesome edition, 2-disc steelbook from Neil Jordan's, like, one of his first films. And this film is very interesting, really reminiscent of, like, Little Red Riding Hood in a way. Actually kind of plays out like kind of like an anthology, because it goes into like different aspects of like werewolf folklore. Really awesome stuff from Neil Jordan. Highly recommend that film, and thank you again, James, for that. Next up is a film that my buddy Sam got me for my birthday also, and that is Sacrifice, the Umberto Lenzi cannibal film. Awesomeness right here from Raro Video. Really stellar edition. Comes with cool like documentary on cannibalism and booklet and reversible cover art. If you know, like, you've seen any of like Mondo's releases before, really stellar stuff. Not Mondo, Raro. I mean, my bad. Next up is another indie film that I picked up, and it's a film that my buddy Matt, You and Your Horror Movies, reviewed, and it's called Are We the Waitin'? Really interesting, cool film. Runs like an hour and 14 minutes, so it just breezes by with its story. And the killer looks awesome. He's wearing like this neon mask that lights up in the dark, and you can see like the mouth and the eyes. Really cool shit. Did enjoy that one. Next up is one that I reviewed on Body Bags, and this is a film from Todd Sheets. This film is actually getting a wider release in October, I believe, from Unearthed Films. So if you're interested to pick up a copy, it's going to be wider available, so you can be able to pick it up on like all like the places you pick up physical media and stuff, which is awesome. I like when these indie films get wider releases, so I'll support that release when it comes out also. And that is Dreamin' Purple Neon, yes. If you haven't checked out my review, check it out, but spoiler alert, I love this film. It's fucking awesome. Shit. Highly recommend Dreamin' Purple Neon. Next up is another Scream Factory release, and that is Demented. Really, really kind of bizarre film from, I believe this is from the early 80s, I think? Yeah, I think so, yeah. Really interesting film. The main actress, this girl on the cover here, though, her acting's really over the top in some scenes, I'll admit that. It's really, like, you have to see it to believe it. How that performance is. Another fun fact about this film, it's actually written by Alex Rebar, who, if you don't know who that is, he played the Incredible Milton Man in The Incredible Milton Man. So, yes. Interesting stuff. Another Blue Underground that I picked up, and that is Maniac Ops 3. Finally have Maniac Ops 3, so that completes my Maniac Ops trilogy. Don't know why I didn't pick this up sooner. Maybe because it's Maniac Ops 3 type deal. It's one that I don't watch that often, but because I like 1 and 2 the more, because it's a better film. This film has a dark history. But there's actually a very awesome documentary about that on this release from Blue Underground, where they talk about like Lustig and like Larry Cohen, and they didn't really want to be involved in this film, and because of the way it was going, and they pretty much let their Maniac Cop story ended, but just the way that they went on and made this film with Zadar and Robert Davi, and what it became is just interesting enough. So highly recommend it. I actually got a copy of Split in the mail. I actually won this at a contest from I think this is the 20 to 22 shots contest that I won this from. Really awesome shit right here. I actually really did enjoy Split. Awesome film. Next up, I picked up from Grindhouse Releasing, and that is Cannibal Ferox. Yes, I picked this up from Family Video, like for like $22, which was awesome price for these because these like go up and down in price and stuff. So highly stoked to have Cannibal Ferox in the collection finally. Did see this film years ago, and the transfer is amazing. Awesome shit from Grindhouse Releasing. Next up is The Riff. I did a review on this on Body Bags also. Highly entertaining film from J.P. Simone, of course, director of Pieces and Slugs, with Arlie Ermy and Ray Wise. Really awesome stuff. If you haven't checked out my review, highly recommend you check that one out. Another film I picked up from Kino Lorber Classic Studios, Whoever Slew Auntie Rue. Been wanting to check this one out for the longest time. I know, actually, I remember on the episode of 22 Shots that I guest starred on, it was What We Watch, and Moods talked about this film, so it was very interesting the way he was telling like what it was about and kind of what the story was going and what it kind of pretty much reminisced the story. So I wanted to check this one out for the longest time. Really cool film and great performance by Shelley Winters. Next up is the final Blue Underground I picked up, and that is Vampires. Of course, this is directed by Jose Ramon Larraz. I talked about this film previously on my review for Symptoms on Psychological Horror Week because it's from the same director. Really sleazy film, of course, erotic horror at its finest. Ramon Larraz does some great like atmosphere with his films, and this film's no exception. Highly recommend Vampires if you haven't seen it before. Really awesome stuff. I really enjoy that film. Next up from Arrow Video, we got Evil Ed 3-discer. Really fun film. I did watch this the other night actually. Really fun and some great like gore scenes and gore gags and just some funny ass shit. Really did enjoy it. It was a first time watch for me. Been hearing about that film forever and always wanted to check it out. Really awesome stuff. Second to last thing here, guys. We got from Mondo Macabro, Inquisition. This is the Red Case limited edition. I got number 504 out of 666. Mark of the Beast right there. Weird, like, way they limited these things, but it's kind of cool, too, because, yeah. But I got 504 out of 666. Really cool edition. It comes with, like, a little booklet here and reversible art, actually, which I found was really interesting and cool. It kind of is, like, nudity on it, so I can't really show you the whole thing. Of course, this is directed by Paul Naschy and starring Paul Naschy. Haven't watched this yet. I heard actually good things about it, though, so I'm very interested to check this one out. Awesomeness. Probably will love it because I highly enjoyed a lot of films that were released by Mondo, of the ones I've seen. And the final thing of this month's update is this piece of awesomeness right here, and that is Arrow Video's Phantasm set. Which, I know there's, like, mixed opinions on it, like, with the spear and stuff. Like, the spear should have been metal and stuff. But I knew the spear was going to be plastic when I ordered it. It's just a nice little, like, centerpiece for your collection type deal. Either way, whichever set you go with, you're not going wrong, because the films are pretty awesome, because it is Phantasm. Really awesome booklet in here, and, of course, the discs on the bottom. I'm not going to pull them out because that'd be cray-cray. But I do like the set because it represents the film really well, too. The Well Go set does, too. I haven't picked that up. But really awesome stuff because I do like the mausoleum look that they were going with it and stuff because pretty much that's what Don Coscarelli was making, a movie about a mausoleum, and there it is right there. Actually, really awesome stuff. So highly recommend either set if you're a fan of Phantasm. Really awesome stuff. Whatever set you go with, it's all good in the hood because Phantasm's awesome. All right, guys, that's it for this review. Update. Wow. I said review in the middle of my update. But yeah, this is the end of that update. As you can tell, I'm tired as all hell. It's been a hectic day. So, as always, I'll see you next video, peeps. And as always, see you soon. Peace out.